Hey yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man, it's always good to watch that trailer. I swear, I probably watched it about 50 times already. Yeah, man. So this video, you guys have been asking a lot for this. You want to know my thoughts and my opinions on my predictions of this DLC. So we're gonna go over a few things here. We're gonna talk about just a few different caveats. We'll talk about whether or not the map is going to be free roam, the possibilities of that. We're going to talk a little bit about, what to expect from this DLC. And I'm going to kind of, bring everybody down to earth here and kind of prepare you guys for a possible letdown, okay? I'd rather you guys be underhyped and then over impressed when the DLC drops than, vice versa. Here's a look at what the map looks like. A big shout out to Asger, Asger, Asger. I hope I said that right. He put this together. Here's what it looks like. Got a runway, a couple of cities on there. It looks really nice. And then Waffle and Handle, I believe, is the person who put this map right here together. That's coming up. And this is kind of a comparison of what it's going to look like compared to, Los Santos and San Andreas as we know it. This right here. So if they were going to put this, together, this island is really not going to be that big from what, it's really not. We're talking like about the same size as Sandy Shores, a little bit smaller. Okay, so if they do make this free roam, that would be something that we could actually use to justify this being free roam. The map is not that big. The island is not that big. So theoretically, it could be easy for Rockstar to make that a free roam location. But there's a lot of talk about this not being free roam, that it's only going to be behind a heist. I have a theory. There's a possible thought here. Remember, they're doing all this based off of old gen technology, PS4, Xbox One, which is good quality technology, right? But it does have a lot of limitations. Now, we do know that GTA 5 Online is going to be getting a re-released version in 2021. And that's going to be geared for your, PS5, your Xbox Series X. And what I have a possible theory where, for right now, the island could be locked behind the heists, where you only get to visit it during the heist that's going to be coming out. And then there'll be a few little locations that you'll be able to visit on the island, like the dance floors and stuff like that, because they talk about that in the actual teaser, in the confirmed trailer. They talk about that. There's going to be locations that you and your friends can go to, right? Another argument for this being free mode and free roam. So, and then when the enhanced or re-released version comes out, now the island will be totally open. So maybe it's kind of like that. They did something similar back in the day. They stopped supporting the updates for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and that started with the heist update. Okay, so that's something kind of similar. So that's been in Rockstar's previous past. They've done something like that. So, there is a strong possibility that they do not. It's only a hybrid. It's like a hybrid free roam for right now. And then when they re-release it, geared for the Xbox One, or the Series X and the PS5, that it's a full-on free roam experience, right? Every time I make a video, somebody hits me. It's ridiculous. So my bad, that's my phone. So that's a possibility right there. Okay. Now let's talk about the casino, the construction there. What does all this tie into? I have been saying this since the very first day. You can go check on my live streams, right? I thought that this was going to be some sort of travel agency, some sort of area where you have to use a vehicle like your Golden Jet, like it's some kind of paywall or something. I don't think Rockstar's going to go that savage with it though, and make us buy a $10 million jet or like a $5 million yacht to get out there or whatever. It's a possibility, but I just don't think they're going to go that savage with it. But that's a location in the casino that you go into, you check it out, you pay for a ticket or whatever, and you get to go, and that's where you start your heist. It's like a heist room or something like that, right? That's a possibility that I have. It's the travel agency as a front, right? Oh yeah, we're going on vacation. We're really just kind of smuggling ourselves into this island to rob this kingpin over there, Rael Rubio, I guess, the blonde. And go to Cayo Perico and take all of his money and his women and all of his jewels and cars and clothes and everything, and just rob the man blind. So you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's what I think that kind of ties into. I think that's a possibility. And I think everyone's kind of, thinking the same thing. All your other GTA YouTubers kind of say the same thing. That's kind of what's been floating out there. Again, that was the only thing that really made sense to me from the very, very beginning. I was asking questions to some notable leakers out there, and they were kind of like on the same page as me on that as well. And they were thinking the same thing. So that's a possibility, right? Of course, we don't know. That's why this is a prediction video. We're just predicting. Nobody knows until we know, right? So, but that's kind of what's all fun about this. It's good to have some good speculation, and it's kind of put the stuff out there and kind of have an idea. Plus, they put the yachts on sale. They put all the boats on sale. So there is a strong possibility, or at least somewhat of a possibility, that the boats, the yachts, they could play a role in this DLC, or maybe nothing at all. It may just be something to do with their discount rotation. Seems kind of a coincidence, though, right? So. Now they talk about the heist. The heists sound very familiar to the casino heists, okay? And let's talk about the heist for a minute. I made a tweet earlier, and I said, listen, bold but honest prediction. If they don't make the payouts at least similar, if not the same, as the casino heists, whether or not you can do these heists solo or with friends, people aren't going to play them. It'll be just like the Doomsday heist. Because I think Rockstar messed up when they put the payouts for the casino. The casino heist, you make so much money so fast. And you can do the Cayo Perico heist solo. That's been confirmed. You can do these heists solo now. So if you have to spend an hour and a half to do setups or whatever it is that you have to do, and this is ridiculously difficult to do by yourself, maybe Rockstar is trying to kind of balance out what they're doing here with their heists. But if this takes an hour and a half, 2 hours to get done, and you make like 200 grand, 300 grand, you know what I mean? That's not going to be worth it. As of today, right now, for a solo player, 100% solo, the best way to make money is the crate business. With 2 large crate warehouses, you can make roughly $350 to $385,000 per hour with running crates back and forth between 2 large warehouses. Okay, that is the number one 100% solo method. The casino heists are roughly 95% solo. Okay, you do all the setup solo. You just need one person to help out with the actual finale. And with artwork or diamonds, whatever they're available, even with gold with 2 people, you can make between $700 to $1 million in about an hour and a half. There's no other money like that out there. That's extremely close to being solo. Okay, so if they don't make the heist payouts at least worth it, it needs to be roughly 300,000 to 400,000 per hour. Okay, that's what the math needs to end up equaling for it to be relevant, for it to stay relevant. Okay, for the highest payouts. If you can't get between 300,000 and 500,000 for a solo person, it's just not going to work. I mean, people are going to play them, yeah, but if you're only making 100 grand, 150 grand for an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of work, you could just go run some cars or run some crates, and you're making the same, if not more, money, and it's going to be a lot easier. Okay. So I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that with the highest payouts. So I'm very, very curious to see how they're going to make this work. All right. Hopefully it's good to go. But we don't know until we know. The contact, right? Who's going to be the highest contact? Is it going to be Trevor? Is it going to be Martin? Is it going to be a whole brand new player? A lot of people think it's going to be Agent 15. It kind of has, that kind of vibe. One of my crew members is saying that because they mentioned the dossier in the actual trailer or whatever, right? That makes sense. But we don't know until we actually know. It could be, I get that island vibe from Martin Madrazo, right? Maybe that's where Trevor's been running all of his guns or something. Who knows? So that's a possibility too. I would love to have Stephen Ogg back in as a character for the game. I love his character. I love him as an actor. He's awesome. Jimmy or Ned. That I don't think Jimmy makes sense, but Ned possibly. Ned Luke would be good as well on there. So, there's a few things that I'm very, very worried about on this, okay? The dead body, I think, is just kind of, just playing hype to the whole thing. But they could expand on this and make this a whole entire naval type kind of DLC as well. There's a possibility with that. Because if you guys, you probably know, some of you don't, some of you do, but there is a game called Smuggler's Run, which Rockstar put out, and it was all about land, air, and sea. We already have the land part of the Smuggler's Run, which is gun running. We already have the air, which is the hangar business. So everyone, for years, there's been talk about a naval DLC. So this could morph into that and be part of that. And that's a strong possibility right there. So keep that in mind as well. But again, I'm very worried about the whole free roam thing and how they're gonna make that happen, if it's gonna be a possibility. But because of the size of the island, I find it hard to believe that they wouldn't make it free roam. If not now on this current gen, 100% on the 2021 GTA 5 online version. Okay, 100%. If they don't do it from day one, the content in this DLC I think is going to be huge. I think it's going to be a lot of content, a lot of cars. There's going to be new cars, new clothes, new guns, new everything. Everything, and I think it's going to be a lot. I think we're talking a lot of vehicles. But I will talk more about how much the DLC is going to cost you in my video later on today. So make sure you guys don't miss that. Okay. I don't want to do all this in one. I want to focus more on what the DLC is going to be and my concerns and predictions on it, and then we'll get into the other stuff later because we're about to close this one up anyways. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think? Is it going to be free roam from day one? Do you think it's going to be a hybrid? Do you think they're going to do it and release free roam later in the year? What do you think about the heist payouts? What do you guys think about that? Is it going to be something that's going to be viable? Let me know in the comments down below, all right? Thank you all so much for coming to the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest and realest content in the game. Smash that like button. See you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out. Yeah.